Hey there, John Farahmand from Balanced Physical Therapy and Human Performance Center, coming at you today with the topic of accountability. I was at a fundraiser last Saturday, and a fellow local practice owner, a guy with one clinic here in the same county that we operate out of, he came up and he just said something hysterical to me. He goes, if I were you, oh my God, my head would explode. How do you do it? What do you got, 32 providers, 7, 8 locations? And he was just like, he had this look of like agony in his face as he was talking to me. And I was like, Steve, it's okay, man. It's just about accountability. And he said, what do you mean? And so here's what I explained. Accountability, what is it? Well, what do you want to accomplish and how do you accomplish it? Period. Your priorities in an outpatient physical therapy practice, it's about, visits per week. It's about visits per month. It's about units billed per visit. It's about revenue per visit. It's about revenue per month per clinician. It's about your expenses. It's about your balance sheet, all of that. Because if a business isn't profitable, how can you have a culture? How can you support a culture in any business, not just an outpatient physical therapy practice, but how can you have awesome parties? And how can you do awesome things for your team, which we as founders always want to do awesome things for our people. I think that that's a lot of what drives us as founders. Like, we want to have an amazing product, an amazing service, and an amazing team. That creates culture, but you can't do any of that unless you're profitable. No, don't have any money, you don't have any culture. Like, that's just the way it works, right? So, accountability. What reports do I need to see on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis? What data sets can give us some predictive value? Do we add another clinician in that office, or do we actually have to shift somebody to another office? Do we have to terminate somebody? Never want to do that, but sometimes it's necessary. Why? Because the finances and the books just don't support it. Is this clinic trending up? Is this one trending down? Is it flat? What data do we need on a regular basis to watch to maintain accountability? Now, who's accountable to what? Well, as a CEO, I'm accountable for setting the vision of the company, the direction that we're moving. I'm accountable for maintaining the energy and the culture in the practice. I'm accountable for recruiting and hiring and retaining and rewarding the best possible talent that we can find. I'm accountable to maintaining a good, solid leadership team and investing into them as best I can, personally and professionally, being available, okay? The best ability is availability. That's something that I like to say. So I'm always available, okay? Unless I'm not available, and if I'm not, everybody knows that I'm not. So let's start there. Operations, a COO or an operations director or whatever it is you call that person in your business. Day-to-day management of all aspects of the business. And in our practice, directors. Those are individual clinicians responsible for one clinic. All of the day-to-day operations and production metrics in that clinic, they each report to the COO, who then in turn reports to me, okay? As far as individual therapists, they're responsible for themselves, their patients, high quality service, high quality care, high touch, cleanliness of our facilities, you name it. Everything about their individual patient caseload, they are responsible to and accountable to. We read patient satisfaction questionnaires. We share them with those individual therapists, those individual clinicians. When we have significant complaints, which thank goodness don't happen very often, but that's what we listen to the most. Compliments, they're nice, but you know what? We don't pay them much attention. We pay lots of attention to anything that the people that we're here to serve, our patients, are uncomfortable with, are unhappy with, have suggestions about. Everything from hey, you guys need another handicap parking space out in the front of the building, to your music sucks, to I had to wait 9 days to get an evaluation, that was too long, to, hey, I waited 7 minutes in your lobby. And when I'm calling out these particular amounts of time, it's because they actually time. Like, they'll set their timer on their watch or on their phone, like they're timing. Like, how long did it take me to get my appointment? How long did I wait in the lobby? What are they playing on the music today? Or one of the ones that drives me nuts, you walk into an exam room to bring a patient back and, everything's been cleaned, wiped down, Sanazine, Chlorozine, you name it, whatever they're using in that particular office, but you'll see like a big hair on a brand new pillowcase because it came out of the laundry and nobody thought to go, ew, gross, and like take it off. And you bring a patient into that room? Absolutely not. Details matter, accountabilities matter, and if you have very nice, very detailed, very explicit accountabilities, and you do not move them for any reason, Okay, that's a good reason. I'm sorry, except if it's a good reason. If it's a good reason, sometimes you got to flex. People are people. Kids get sick. People get in car wrecks. You name it. But a list of accountabilities that everyone's aware of. Hey, I'm an individual. I'm a professional. This is what I'm accountable to. And you show it to them, and you share it with them, and you explain it to them. You ask them if they have any questions. Sometimes you even co-create those accountabilities with an individual. There is really nothing hard after that, because they know what's going to get them moved up. They know what's going to get them moved down, and they know what's going to get them fired. And preferably it never comes to that, but oftentimes it does. And if it does, that's okay, no problem. You know, we had these accountabilities, you know, we counseled you, we trained you, we retrained you, we made some accommodations for you, and still, you're not meeting the accountability list. Good luck to you, bye-bye. Very simple, okay? It might sound harsh, but you know, that's how you build. There's really no other way as far as I'm concerned. Anyhow, accountability. If you're not accountable to the promises that you make to yourself, good luck trying to hold other people accountable to anything outside or structurally within your business. If you're an individual and you're a responsible human being and you have a penchant to take care of other people and to deliver value every day and to give a great product or great service, you will not have any trouble holding people accountable to things that are explicit that help to support the structure and value of your business, because that in turn allows you the privilege to help take care of your team. Without it, how can you possibly do what you're called to do? Thank you. Remember, accountabilities are important.